Hello, everybody. This is diANtinatalist, and over the years, I have been asked to discuss some books that I have read, antinatalist books or child-free books. And this one was a gift from Alex, and I'm going to be reading a couple of poems in this book. On the back of the book, it says, "Each religion pales in the face of the glorification of a newborn. On the other hand, humans get thrown into this world by an act of pure ordinariness. It is exactly this discrepancy that raises doubt whether life qualifies to be called a gift after all." So, I'm going to start off with this particular poem. Fairy Fell. There's a candle. Come on, girl. My dogs. Time's a candle, throws its light. Light throws shadows day and night. Day and night, some people die. Die young or old, in hush or cry. Cry out loud because of pain. Pain's essential, but in vain. In vain the many things they try, pass on the curse and then pass by. Midas touch turns dirt to gold. Myths invented, hope gets old. Seductive song the siren sings. Proud Nicaros has lost his wings. Fairy tales that cost man's life. The sea consumes his restless strife. And so there's another poem, and it's called To My Father. And going to be reading this. What's up? It's your son. Your deed was a disgrace. I'm your means to end something time will erase. You say I need to check my own mental state, but my reasoning valid and my thinking is straight. You claim respect. You're right, but this right you must earn. Breeding is no achievement. I hope one day you learn. In the end, I will die for your so-called empire, like Dante's Divine Comedy, a pointless satire. Your sick vision, the spark, ignites the desire. At last consumed by flames in a roaring hellfire. No matter how much you fight, struggle, strive, you will end up a servant of the will to life. Why would I force a being into cold, indifferent space? One day, all time will cease without leaving a trace. The writer Ernest Becker said all man's activity is fueled by the fear of death, our final destiny. Man cannot stand his littleness, so he has to invent a meaning such as legacy, but death cannot be banned. A man's ultimate duty, for his views he must stand. Don't let your ego blind you for many that are damned. But you are too a victim of time. The quicksand, I will not make an entity that will die by my hand. So now I have to finish what you, Dad, could not. May the clear mind be with us. You shall not play God. The previous two poems are not supposed to represent the relationship with my father, if it can be called one. I severely doubt that he has been sober for a long enough period in his life in order to think about the ethical background of procreation at all. Even if that were the case, it would be unlikely for him to have such introspection on the one hand while glorifying his own cognitive dissonance. Yet I decided to include this poem, for it puts an attitude into words parents would ferociously oppose, although being guilty of it unintentionally. Since even the most savage parents never intellectualize their cruelty, they do not conspicuously apply the metaphysical torture of existential dread. That would require a deep insight into the human condition, which would in turn prevent them from begetting. They may torture their children emotionally, physically, force them to work, sell them, and even kill them. But imposing life itself as a psychological torture is simply not useful. And obviously, people only do things because they can capitalize on them in some shape and form. So this is a great start to this book. I highly recommend it. I believe you can get it on Amazon, but Alex gifted me this book, and I am in total agreement that our parents have harmed us, even though it's possibly unintentionally. All parents knew that their children would eventually die, and they knew that their children would suffer. They knew that their children would bleed, sweat, and cry. So, they went into a reproduction with a lot of knowledge. Even young parents know that their children are eventually going to die and will fear death, of course. So, it's the gift of life is very doubtful because it's not a gift. It certainly is not a joyous gift. It is not a wanted gift. It was a forced gift. Life was forced upon us without our consent. So I may be reading parts of this book at another time, but I think that gives you a really good, feel for the book. Oh, here's one. I should probably read this one because I actually highlighted it. Okay. The sport of the fools. Judging each other in ancient sport, it's easy to accuse. If you condemn another man, walk a day in his shoes. Imagine yourself his twin with the same surroundings, DNA. Would end up just like him and go down the same way. Don't feel superior to those. Their failure is not yours. Your pride, it blinds you for the luck that held open the doors. And hopefully you realize then the game was never fair. No one was ever free and will, a truth you have to bear. So, based on this, you're bound to see no life you should create. Birth is a shot into the dark, and death everyone's fate. If you expect some new results repeating without brain, Einstein was smart, as then he said, for sure you are insane. Suffering is not objective, but it is bad. No doubt. Don't act as deaf. The cries are real, unquestionably loud. Nobody wants to swap with someone in true pain. So why you risk this chance on others? Don't you have any shame? Go live your dream. Don't dream your life, for most of it is a lie. The world is not utopia. People must work, just not to die. Don't waste your time blaming your parents. The trigger pulled back then. The Greeks once said, surpass your father and be the better man. I will never commit this outrageous crime, and so I feel fear for the very last time. So these are some excellent, excellent poems, and I highly recommend this book. And you know, you can order it probably on Amazon, and you know, spend a weekend reading it and enjoying it like I have. So thanks for watching, everybody, and if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. And your comments are always welcome. And if you have a topic of discussion for me to you know, discuss, please jot it down below. I Hate New Jersey has asked me several times to you know, discuss books, and he's given me some ideas to discuss on my channel.